I wanna something.
Copycat.
I'll be there for you. Call me when you're lonely.
Hello! Welcome to
Tea.
Talk.
I did. Oh, guys.
What are we talking about, Cassandra?
No, what are we talking about today, Taz? What are we talking about, Taz?
We're talking about
Please.
Cassandra's not feeling it. I don't use these. So these. We're talking about periods. If you didn't see them, we're talking about periods.
Indeed.
Periods.
Taz is extremely excited about this
I
topic.
am.
I'm not so excited about this topic, but this is Tea Talks and we do this together.
We do things together.
Not everything.
Not.
So, with this topic, I believe I'm more I want to understand Taz's fascination with it. That's the honest truth. Taz really felt strongly and passionate about this topic, you know, so it was only fair that we did it. It would have been something in my books, it would have not been happening, guys.
Well, this is the problem. I feel that we don't talk about it enough, or it's not, I don't know, it's not comfortable. It's like a really uncomfortable conversation, and I don't understand why. When it's so natural, and it happens to every woman, every girl, like we all have to experience it. It's not a choice. It happens.
It's true, it does happen.
It's normal.
I don't see the need. I don't think I feel uncomfortable speaking about it. But to just talk about it, I wouldn't. I mean, if you go on my period, I've got a stomach ache, I'm feeling tired, you know, a means to an end. But just to say, yeah, let's talk about periods. I don't know. I just think that's strange. Okay, so Taz, she's the leading woman for this one. What is it that pulled you to want to talk about this topic so bad?
So I've done some research, and due to the work that I do, I found that periods are seen as a taboo. It's not spoken of in a, I'm not saying you need to talk about it constantly, but it's not acknowledged as a comfortable topic, and it's not respected in other countries, and it's not, I don't know, women are kind of shunned for having periods, and it's a natural process in life for a woman. I am actually going off to Gambia to hand out these sanitary packs to girls and women in different villages, and it's because they don't have access to certain sanitary towels and different ways of protecting and cleaning and taking care of yourself during menstruation. And also I have done a project on homelessness where I found that a lot of homeless women had to choose between, okay, I have this much amount of money, do I get food or do I get sanitary towels or tampons? And it was like, okay, food is priority, I'm just gonna bleed, so I just, you know, will go into a McDonald's or go into any other public toilets and just grab a lot of tissue, roll it up and put it there. And that's what they've used because of the option of food or sanitary towels, because they don't have enough money to pick both.
So this being close to your heart, is it that you want to make us, because I'm with you guys on this one, well, everyone's different, but for me, I just thought this is a different type of topic. Why are we speaking about it? So I really wanted to grab Taz's mind, like understand, is it that you want to create more awareness on the fact that this actually exists, that there are women out there that have to make the option between buying pads and food, which is something that I've never thought about myself.
There's actually, so in regards to answering your question, there's several things that I want people to understand. It is an awareness of this topic because people don't want to talk about periods, and it's just like, it's uncomfortable. Do you agree with that,
guys? I really want to know, is it that you don't talk about it?
Yeah.
And what is your reasons if you don't? Or is it that you're indifferent and it's not that you do or you don't? It's just that if it comes up, you're fine with it. Because are you saying that people are ashamed to talk about it?
in different circumstances, like if you're in a workplace or if you're around family, depends what family you're from. Like my dad fully knows the whole process in life, but say my uncle or other external family that come into the house, it's like, it's kind of, you know, if I've got to go like to the bathroom or something, then, you know, I'll hide it in my
will too.
sleeve.
If I was in a public place,
In a public
it's
place.
not like I would just take it and go, yeah, that's
I'm on
being
my period.
an extremist. But I think it's fine for it to be discreet.
When you're in a
personally.
workplace, but why is it that we have to, like, why is it that? That's what I want to know, actually. Why do you feel like you have to kind of hide? I mean, of course, you don't want to announce to the whole world that, yo, I'm on my period. But why is it that it's not a comfortable, you know, people, it happens. We don't have a choice. So, oh yeah, I'm on my period. That's it. I've done that to people where, like, guys who get really uncomfortable talking about it. They're like, oh, what's wrong? And oh, I've got a stomach pain. And then they're like, oh, what's wrong? Have you eaten something? Do you need something? And I'm like, no, I'm on my period. And they just go quiet. And it's like, I just said period.
Yeah,
is it like an allergic
You're
word?
expecting them to have a, like, okay, here's a pad. Oh, girl, go take a hot water bottle. I'm gonna make you some green tea. You know,
No, it's just I want it to be a comfortable conversation where it's like,
so you want guys to feel
guys
more comfortable
to
with
be
it.
more comfortable with
Okay.
it. Okay, I can say from another example. So I'm Muslim. So during your menstruation period, you do not pray. You can't pray during that time. And also, if it's Ramadan, which is fasting, you do not fast during that week, because it's just health-wise, it's not actually good for you to be fasting when you need more nutrients, irons and stuff. So in those circumstances, say for instance during Ramadan fasting, like we have family dinners and stuff, and there's like, you know, your uncles and auntie, everyone comes. Aunties are fine, but uncles and stuff, when they come and they're like, oh, you've been fasting, oh, come and break your fast, and you have to be like, oh man, this is gonna be awkward for you, it's not awkward for me. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, I've been fasting and I'm gonna break my
See,
fast
I think
with you.
so for Taz, that's more
Yeah.
to do with personal experience,
Yes.
and I think as well. Obviously, I'm Christian, so I've not experienced that at all. So that's something that you've actually grown with.
Yes.
And I guess when having to lie or not, or tell a white lie,
just
just
kind
to
of
make
like
things comfortable.
Yeah,
then
like,
I guess it
or
does
not
push.
even answer, I'll just nod.
Yes, but then I would also, playing devil's advocate, I don't know why it's called devil's advocate, but playing that, what if they know that women do actually have to fast or can't fast?
Sure.
When you're on your period, you don't fast and you don't pray.
Yeah.
Then I would then think there wouldn't be a need to have to lie about it, because they are already expecting.
Yeah,
women
but I
not
don't
to.
think it's the lying about it. I think it's the bit that you say, I'm on my period, that's why I can't pray.
Yeah.
Or I'm on my period, that's why I'm not fasting.
But do the men know that happens with the women?
Yes.
So couldn't you, instead of maybe not
With
saying
my dad,
period,
it's cool. My dad knows. I'll be
or
like,
you couldn't say
yeah, dad,
it's
I'm on my period.
That
Or
special
like,
time. Is there not a way to say I'm abstaining from?
but if you don't have that close relationship with that person, if it's kind of like, you know, your uncle, like cousin, you know it's going to be awkward for them when you say it. This is what I mean. Like, there's this awkwardness of men talking about periods.
Yeah.
So
I would like to know,
It's
guys, from you as well.
please do share your experience.
Share your experience with that. Do you find it difficult to talk about? Are you indifferent about it? And also, if you don't mind, I'd like to know from a Muslim point of view, how does it go? Because that's all new news to me.
Yeah.
In regards to, you know, not praying and not fasting, and then, you know, having to be around other people, and if they ask if you're being fasting, kind of have to
Dodge
tell a
the
white
bullet.
lie. Yeah. So how does that work?
I have a question for you.
Huh?
When did you first start, and what was that like? Like, what was your experience? Because I have a crazy experience.
I started at 14.
Okay.
And I felt excited because I heard that you become a woman, and I felt grown. And but I already kind of knew about it. You know, I was raised in Holland, and they give you sex education, and so I already knew about periods and what it is. And I did have the grown woman talk. You know, like you're a woman. It was literally, you're a woman now. You can have children.
Oh, they actually told you can have children.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you can. That is it. When you start your period, you can have children.
Damn, no, my experience was so different. So I've heard this similar story with other people, except from Cassandra's. My first time, I thought I was dying. So when I first started, I think I was about 12 or 13, just started like secondary school. We haven't got to those sex education classes yet. Yeah, I just started having really bad cramps, and then I went to the bathroom and I was like, why am I bleeding? And then I just like literally curled myself into a corner of the room, and I had like really bad cramps at the same time, and I was like, why? Like, I'm dying, like I'm in pain, my stomach's hurting and I'm bleeding. That must mean I'm gonna die. And then my sister came into the room and she was like, oh, what's wrong with you? I was like, I'm dying. She started laughing at me. I was like, why is this girl not taking me seriously? I'm bleeding. And she was like, oh, it's fine, come to the bathroom, let me show you what you have to do. It happens to all girls, it's fine. And and my sister basically educated me on periods. That was my situation. So I didn't understand, and I didn't know. So, and I've heard similar stories of other friends saying that they thought they were dying.
Wow.
So how was your first time?
I thought they were dying.
I want to know your stories. Share with us, like, your first time. What did you think? Did anyone else think they were dying?
Dying.
Well, when you're a child and you're bleeding.
It's true. I knew it was meant to happen, and I think I was like one of the last people.
In regards to that, we've also done a little bit of research online, and we found some fun facts from all over the world on periods. So we looked into Women's Health magazine, and we're going to share some of the stuff that we found was interesting.
So schoolgirls in Bolivia can often be found carrying around used menstrual pads in their backpacks all day because they're told the menstrual blood is so dangerous it can cause diseases like cancer if it is mixed with other trash.
Really?
I was none the wiser until reading this.
In Cree, we've got, when you're on your moon cycle, you're in ceremony, and you're in a sacred space and time. When a Cree woman goes through the transition from girl to woman, there is the rite of passage called a berry fast. It's a really beautiful time, and it's really celebrated. You're also encouraged to be creative with your hands and create sacred items that you would use on your journey. It's a time of self-reflection and prayer when you're fasting. When that's done, you come out and there's a big feast.
So there's a party every month?
I think it's the first time. Do you think it's the first time when you're
I don't know.
When you're
on your moon cycle.
Wow. So then every month that
you're in sacred
this
space and time.
That's incredible. So I'm going to...
Oh no, sorry. It says when a Cree woman goes through transition from girl to woman, there's a rite of passage called a baby fast.
But I believe that maybe during every month they
must
are encouraged to do creativity. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Egypt.
This is something my friends and I still laugh about. Is this you or...?
No, this is from the magazine.
Okay. Sometimes we'll call the local convenience stores and ask them to deliver stuff to us. And whenever we had to order pads, they would wrap them in newspapers and put it in plastic pads because they don't want them to be seen. I never asked for that, but they would always be so awkward about it. Newspaper wrappings was a sign that it was a pad. I always got a kick out of that. In Egypt, you wore only pads because tampons were for grown women who were married and had sex.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
You know.
In Georgia, periods are perceived as something that men shouldn't even be aware of. See? So my mum taught me the stealthiest techniques for stashing my pads up my sleeve before heading to the bathroom.
Okay, as in a man shouldn't be aware when you're actually on your period.
Well, I feel like they're saying that shouldn't even know that it even exists.
But that's ridiculous. What sort of education? This is what I want to know. If you're with a woman, you're married to her, you must know that she gets
Periods.
her monthly
It happens.
visitation
Right?
from Mr. Ed.
Monthly. I like the way that you put that, Mr. Red. Monthly visitation.
From Mr. Ed.
That's true. But yeah, so what's your thoughts? I feel like this is why I wanted to talk about it, in terms of finding out that men shouldn't know about it. Like, we shouldn't talk to men about this.
See, for me, I don't know, but maybe it's good that Taj, you're actually speaking about it. I actually don't think it's that deep.
Right.
In regards to men knowing or not knowing, I just think that they do know about it, and it's nothing that is really discussed. If you're in pain or you're hurting, it's nice for them to be understanding. Baby, let me get you a hot water bottle, you know.
Yeah.
Because they know. I just think that they know about it.
Right. Then we have Japan. This is hilarious. I found this incredible. A long-standing tradition in Japan dictates that women cannot be sushi chefs because their sense of taste is thrown off by menstruation. To be a professional means to have a steady taste in your food, but because of the menstrual cycle, women have an imbalance in their taste, and that's why women can't be sushi chefs.
Well, okay. It says long-standing tradition. I mean, there are no facts.
Yeah. Kenya.
The ability to afford menstrual pads is a luxury for women all over the world, and for women in Kenya, this luxury is often at the behest of a male superior, like their husband or father. Because of this, many women resort to using leaves and sticks to absorb the blood. Even then, girls in Kenya miss an average of 4 to 9 days of school a month because of their periods. Is this something that is happening right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't say specifically Kenya. I've found that it's actually happens in various countries all over. Even actually in the UK. Not the sticks and leaves situation, but there has been a report, I will find that on BBC or one of the channels, it was showing that girls up north were missing school because they couldn't afford to buy sanitary towels.
So is this because this is more something that you're aware of and have looked into?
Yes.
So is this something where, do you know the solution to this? If it's that you're saying here in the UK as well,
Yeah.
there are actually issues being faced with people having access to pads, because I personally think at this day and age in the UK, that shouldn't be something that is withheld or something that people don't have access to.
Mm-hmm. Well,
anywhere in the States, I don't know what it's like in America.
I feel like America's probably worse than here because of the system in terms of benefits, and if you're homeless or if you're jobless.
Just not having money. So it's like a basic necessity, as we're saying, like
Yes.
food. So is it
Well, I think food is for everyone,
yes.
right? Whereas sanitary towels or tampons or whatever is just for women and girls. So it's something that we go through. We have to go through. We don't have an option of like, this is not going to happen. It happens every month. So why is it that we have to pay for something that is essential in life?
That's the point I was trying to get to, sorry. So, but we pay for food.
I understand, but then men have to pay for food too.
Yeah.
Whereas men don't have to pay for pads.
Because they're not on their period.
But then isn't that like an extra thing that we have to go through?
Yeah, but that's not anybody's fault. So what are you saying?
I think that
periods should
pads should be free.
Okay.
Plus on top of that,
on that
there's a
pads should actually
tax.
be free.
There's a tax. There's a 12% tax on sanitary towels.
Is there tax on food?
I believe there's tax on everything. I need to
So
find
it's just
out about
like,
that.
okay, I guess when you're educated, you have your sex education, they let you know that condoms are free. Do you think it's that sort of thing where
Yeah.
pads should be free as well?
Yeah, I do. I'm kind of like, so if condoms can be free, why are pads, sanitary towels not free?
Okay. Guys, what do you think about that? Do you think
Pads
or a
sanitary towels, sanitary
or any sanitary anything for when you're on your periods should be free?
Let us know. Malawi, the taboo against menstruation is so prevalent in this country, southeastern side of Africa, that parents just do not talk to their daughters about it. UNICEF has stepped in to help educate young women and provide them with a type of reusable pad. But in the meantime, many are taught about periods by their aunts, who often provide old clothes to use as pads and teach them to avoid boys now that they are fertile. So this is the whole thing of like education.
Yeah. So but you're going to Gambia, right?
Right.
So in Gambia, you're going there to give out sanitary towels.
Also educate them on how to use them, because some of them have never used any of these.
How did you come across?
So it's through another NGO charity that I'm traveling with, and from the research we found that this is the situation. So there's a lack of it, and also the person that's running it is a man. So he wanted a woman to go to another woman and talk comfortably and teach them how you use it, what it is, and what's the process, like just to maintain yourself and look after yourself, because most of these countries do use fabric and rewash them and so on, but then again, as you've seen with this statistics, they've used leaves and twigs, and that's a very sensitive area. So you've got to kind of see like what's the best way of helping someone to take care of themselves and make it comfortable, because it's such an uncomfortable week that we go through.
I mean, it's different for everybody.
But,
I have not been one of those people that go through excruciating pain or never have, and I used to, because I couldn't empathize with it or I never understood it. I used to think, are people exaggerating? Is this real? I would see some people say I can't move. I used to think, really? I will never forget the day when I was at my friend's house and our sister started throwing up, and she said it was because her sister was on her period. And I thought, what? Yeah. She can't be pretending. So it really is that real. And once I felt feverish, and I've never had excruciating period pains. No.
So I am one of those people that have excruciating period pains. Before coming on my period, my breast gets sore to the point where I have to hold on to them when I'm going down the stairs. Like any form of movement is painful. I get back pains and my cramps on the first couple of days. Like I can't move from my bed. My top tip is my hot water bottle bag and my bed. But if I'm not doing that, I'm exercising. Movement really helps. And I was gonna say the best tip is raspberry leaf tea. Tea. Come back to tea. Raspberry leaf tea. It actually is incredible. It soothes your stomach. It's worked for me. Like I have really bad pain, so raspberry leaf tea is really good. And I used to take primrose capsules.
I've heard about that. That's really good.
Primrose capsules, and you can get both of them from Holland and Barrett's. It's it's really good. We've got Nepal.
The tradition of chopadi, I don't know if I pronounced that right, which was technically outlawed in 2005 but still persists in many communities, involves sending menstruating women to live in sheds, isolated from others and forced to endure the elements, often without access to food or clean water. This has led to illnesses and even death for many women in the region. I think that's very, very extreme.
I believe that it probably still exists in some village, somewhere far.
But it's been outlawed in 2005.
Okay.
But it still persists, it says in communities, but it's been outlawed, so it shouldn't be going on. But to know that was going on is terrible.
Extreme. Woman got it bad. So, the United Kingdom, we have in November 2015, Charlie Edge and her friends decided to protest the UK's period tax by putting on their white jeans and bleeding in front of the Parliament building. Taxes are necessary. I get it. Edge wrote in a Facebook post about the protest. So are tampons and pads. They're not luxury items. I don't think they are luxury items. So I believe the tax.
There are many things that I think are not luxury items. I don't think glasses are luxury items either.
Glasses.
The reading, like glasses for vision.
Yes.
Then we can say the same about contact lenses. I mean, if going into
but
that...
But then contact lens is a bit more of a choice.
Yes. But so is tampons.
Yeah, I'm more talking about pads. Pads should be at least be free. Seriously, like I don't have a choice. I have to come on my period like every month.
Where do we end with that though? Because then I could say shaving sticks, that's the basics. If not, waxing is for sanitary or under your armpits, and you know.
Let's start with the basic of just covering my blood from bleeding up the space.
Or something to clean. But do you know what I mean?
No, I know.
Soaps,
I know.
That's all cleanliness, and it's definitely required.
Water will clean you very well. Hot
by
water.
itself?
Yes.
I worry.
I'm being extra, but I'm trying to...
do you see the points that...
I know what you were saying, yeah. I do agree with you, but I think what I'm trying to say is that, like...
But this is where
let's go one step at a time in progress in life. And
I'm just thinking out for how other people might think about it, you know.
Yes.
Got to look at.
We have to, and I appreciate that because I do. We have a special guest coming on talking about periods. Come on, Miss Skylar.
Say hi, Skylar.
Hi.
Skylar's just excited to be here.
How are you doing? Say hello to everyone. Hi everyone.
Say hello. So, the topic is on periods, and not everyone knows this. I mean, dog owners.
I didn't know this.
Taz was truly shocked, but
so I thought let's have a special guest to talk about this situation.
So this is her debut. Say hi. And as you can see, Skylar has a panty, but this is actually, she's got pads on. This is her pad panty. It lasts for about 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, and they usually get it every 6 months depending on the size, the breed. It's called they're on heat. So when they are on their periods, we say they're on heat, and this is when they're able to obviously have children. So for us, usually it's not that you can have children when you're on your period, but for dogs it means they are ready. She's on and popping, and they usually get it when they're about 6 months. Skylar's almost 1, and this is her second time having her period. They say that this sounds like a little dog education, but usually they say either you spray the dog if they're not going to breed, or if they are going to breed, then they breed, you know. But it should happen quickly, probably not when they're old. So we will let Skylar have children, hence why she's still on her period.
Right. Sorry, I'm fully hypnotized by her.
Taz is a very good girl, and I'm so happy. This is actually
Taz is a very good
Oh my gosh!
Thank you, Mum. I am a very good girl.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Skylar is absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Skylar, for coming on to Tea Talks.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
In conclusion, let us know your thoughts on how we're going to solve this situation. For me, I feel like we need to create more awareness and educate people on periods. We need to come up with a solution of this tax situation.
Is there any way viewers can help out with what you're doing in Gambia?
Yes.
Because it's so close to you.
If you get in touch with me, I can give you more information, or I'll put it maybe down at the bottom how you can get involved. You can definitely donate pads, any form of sanitary towels and toiletries and stuff. I'll put a list down below as well, and I'll let you know how you can get it to me. And yeah, please do help and create awareness. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about periods. I'm down for that.
I'm okay with how things are now, really. But I've spoken about it with Taz. It has been awesome sitting down with you guys.
For Tea Talks, please do try the raspberry leaf tea.
If you're a woman on your period, then guys, just try it anyways.
Try it and just let us know. And please, men out here, comment and let us know your thoughts on period. I feel like we're talking about it, so why not get involved and talk about it? Thank you so much for joining us on Period Talks.
Wow. Taz just killed it. It's Tea Talks, guys. It's Tea Talks.
Tea.
Don't let it get you. Oh gosh, and guys, of course, pretty please, as always, we love it.
If you can.
Well, if you liked it, that is. If you liked this
If you liked
topic,
it, then like it.
If you liked it. Please, I'm just saying, like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.
Oh, yeah, peace.
Don't